This afternoon on DC News Now at 4, a congressman carjacked in DC.
What really got me upset was they took my sushi.
Now in good spirits today as police hunt for suspects.
And district leaders are still searching for solutions to surging violence, but what do district residents want to see change?
It was another day in the 80s. We'll let you know when we could cool off.
Plus, join the Wisdom Walkers as they journey through Rock Creek Park, retracing history.
And a heartwarming look at how these furry friends are giving inmates on the inside a second chance.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thanks for joining us on this Tuesday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. This afternoon, we're hearing from Congressman Henry Cuellar after he was carjacked at gunpoint in the district last night.
And Annalisa, today, some of his neighbors tell us that they're looking over their shoulders after what happened.
DC News Now's Randy Bass is live in Navy Yard where it happened. Randy, what are you learning?
Yeah, right now, Congressman Cuellar saying he's doing fine, just less than 24 hours after this all happened as he was heading home to his apartment building here, Capitol Hill Tower, at the corner of K Street and New Jersey Avenue Southeast, as he was on his way home last night. Today, some of his neighbors telling us they're looking over their shoulders, and we're hearing those neighbors and the congressman describe it all in their own words tonight.
You got to keep calm under those situations, and you analyze the situation quickly. You look around, one gun, second gun, maybe a third one behind me. You got to stay calm. They wanted the car, sure. They recovered everything. What really got me upset was they took my sushi. But anyway, that's something else. And they did recover the sushi after all.
Congressman Henry Cuellar in good spirits today. His neighbors, though, shaken up after hearing what happened.
So that is extremely terrifying because I live really close to here.
Casey Fields telling us she tries to stay vigilant, especially when she's driving through the neighborhood alone.
I don't always feel comfortable walking to my car. I always tell my parents if they're concerned, they're like, don't walk around here if it's dark. And I'm like, it's okay. I feel more safe on foot than I do driving because I have heard of, other carjackings.
Carjackings and motor vehicle thefts in D.C. are up 106% over last year, with more than 5,000 reported in 2023. Another Navy Yard neighbor, Teresa Firestein, not shocked to hear of crime happening on her block again.
There seems to be a lot of crime that's been going on around here. I've heard gunfire in the neighborhood before. A lot of it seems to be early morning or in the evening, like after dark.
Others working in the neighborhood saying what happened to Cuellar can happen to anyone.
But to know that this happened to a member of Congressman means maybe there are no rules left.
Yeah, and tonight Congressman Cuellar also saying not only is he doing fine, he's just thanking the police for their quick, rapid response. Last night they got his car back to him within 2 hours of everything happening. You heard he had his dinner returned to him, his phone returned to him. So all of this was resolved pretty quickly, but at this point, police still investigating. Annalisa?
Yeah, Randy, thanks so much. And before we let you go, where do police stand in terms of other things in this investigation?
Yeah, right now they're looking for those three suspects, those three armed gunmen. Capitol Police telling me this afternoon those suspects were wearing ski masks and face masks, so this may make it difficult to identify them, but they did say that those suspects appear to be potentially young boys. They say those suspects appear to be only about 16 years old. Live in Southeast, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now. Back to you.
Randy, thank you. Montgomery County Police are asking for your help with an armed robbery. Take a look at your screen. Rockville police say that this man held up Dawson's Market on North Washington Street around 11 a.m. yesterday. They say that he was initially asked to leave by an employee. Then he came back with a knife and stole several items. If you know who he is, give police a call. Okay, we're going to get back to those top stories in just a few moments, but taking a look outside, it's been a really beautiful day across the DMV.
Another day to get outside and maybe go for a walk. Meteorologist Damon Matson checking in now.
Yeah, you may have felt a little warm in the direct sunlight, but other than that, another beautiful day here for early October. All of that sunshine did not let up, with just a few clouds here and there this afternoon. But how about these current temperatures? Yes, reaching 85 degrees in D.C. A little bit on the warm side for early October, about 10 to 15 degrees above our typical average temperature this time of year. But hey, warm weather lovers can rejoice. Low 80s as you go back to the west through Leesburg, Manassas, Culpeper, and some upper 70s hanging on around the Shenandoah Valley. And that is right about where we were this time yesterday. So not too much of a change, just a couple of degrees warmer in a few locations. And here it is again. That sunshine was pretty much uninterrupted, which is what allowed our temperatures to warm up quite a bit. Now, once we lose that sunshine heading into the evening, of course, that sunset just before 7 p.m., we do cool off decently quickly through the 70s, but we'll still be in the mid 60s by 10 to 11 o'clock tonight. So cooling off, but not getting all that chilly. And with a very clear sky sticking around, we can expect to see a little bit more fog overnight tonight going into your Wednesday morning. So the big question, this beautiful weather is on its third straight day of sticking around. When do we start to see some changes in the forecast? We'll have a full look at that coming up here in just a bit.
Damon, thank you. The carjacking of Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar has brought yet again a national spotlight on violent crime in the district, which is up 39% from last year, along with 216 homicides. But what isn't discussed are the solutions to the rise in crime. DC News Now's political and government reporter Leonard and Fleming spoke with DC council members today on what they think the district needs to do. Leonard, what did you hear?
Mark, as you mentioned, I spoke to a few council people, in particular Council Member Trayon White, who talked about the solutions. And one of the things he'd like to see is more resources put behind the problem. Crime has been spiking in the district. Homicides are up 38% from last year, along with motor vehicle theft at 106% and robbery climbing to 66%. The answers? People tell me more police are needed, but also more jobs, affordable housing, and mental and social services. I spoke with Councilmember Trayon White, who was concerned about growing crime and how it affects real people.
Well, we need to have a serious roundtable of politicians, community leaders, parents, and real community about what we can do collectively to provide wraparound services, jobs, mentoring, access to quality health care, mental health services, substance abuse, some of these core issues that's plagued primarily the black community here in Washington, D.C. for far too long.
I also went into the community today to talk to real people about what they think the crime problem and solutions are, and we'll have more on that coming up at 5. Mark?
All right, Leonard, one question. Is the council going to be debating permanent crime legislation?
2 weeks ago, the council voted to extend its emergency crime bill that it passed this summer. That will go into the spring, so that coming up this fall, they'll debate a more permanent bill that the mayor and then Congress will have to sign off on. Reporting from the newsroom, Leonard and Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
Leonard, thank you. And staying in the district now, anyone receiving SNAP benefits can expect more assistance coming soon. A budget amendment introduced by Council Member Janice Lewis George is bringing a $40 million increase to expand food assistance. It also brings in $20 million in relief funds for undocumented immigrants and others who benefit from federal safety net programs.
And more big news, the Washington Commanders announced that they've officially sold out Thursday night's home game against the Chicago Bears. It's the third straight home sellout for the team since the Josh Harris ownership group took over in the offseason. The team also sold out their home opener against the Cardinals and Week 3 against the Buffalo Bills. The Commanders also announced that they'll be wearing their alternate all-black uniforms for Thursday's primetime matchup. Well, to Northern Virginia now. Inmates at the Loudoun County Adult Detention Center are training service dogs for children with disabilities.
That program is part of an effort that encourages community engagement and health habits among inmates. DC News Now's Haley Milon spent time with their pups and their handlers.
Such an amazing cycle here. These puppies go on to be life-saving companions for children living with disabilities. And although the dogs aren't with their handlers in jail that long, the impact that they make on these men is lifelong as well.
Even though we're in this environment, you can still be giving something back to the outside world, even though we're...
Nathan Franks is an inmate at the Loudoun County Adult Detention Center, among a chosen few men in the jail's program, changing habits and nurturing community engagements, also known as the Chance program. He's a temporary dog dad and trainer alongside 3 other men in the program. 7-month-old Moxie and Ginger live at the jail Monday through Friday.
Awesome, they're like our little sidekicks.
Sleeping, eating, working, and playing alongside their handlers. Trainers from the nonprofit Healing House teach the men the ins and the outs of training. Once the dogs wrap up their training at the jail, Kathy Benner says they'll go on to live with their forever kid, serving as psychiatry, mobility, and autism companions.
The dogs that we're raising to change somebody's life at the end are changing so many lives along the way.
Creating a quirky family in a setting where a sense of humanity is tough to maintain.
And it's brought all 4 of us together.
Edward Gannon says the weekly tasks and commitment keep him focused on his end goal, becoming a better version of himself by doing for others.
It feels good to do something good for the community for once, instead of, being on the wrong side of things.
A bittersweet day will come when the dogs are about 18 months old. They'll hopefully graduate from training and move in with their forever kid. And the men tell me they'll be sad, but more proud than anything. From our Northern Virginia Bureau, I'm Haley Mylon, DC News Now.